Welcome to Chef Marketing Academy. This lecture is one of my favorites. The title is How to Revitalize Mature Products. Actually, this lecture comes from my unhappiness with a framework that we had in marketing for more than quarter of a century. And that was a framework that always talked about how we should take money out of cash cow products and invest into new ventures or new products, or what is roughly called the BCG matrix. In my analysis, I found that in the process, managers leave great products and great brands in a state of neglect and has a tremendous opportunity for revitalization. In fact, in the first restructuring in the 80s that took place in America, private equity people bought out large conglomerates, and many of the mature products and brands were revitalized by them. So if an outsider can do it, then the view is that why managers don't do it themselves? And the answer is very simple. It's the career path of a manager. If a manager introduces a new product, it becomes mature, he or she wants to find an opportunity to do something else. And if you are in charge of a dog product, nobody thinks you have a career future in the company. So it's very interesting how personal career path almost plateaus the product or a brand. So this lecture is all about what companies have done in the past. Do we have some frameworks with which we can look at to revitalize mature products? I'll start with two examples. They're my favorite. One is nylon. Nylon was actually created as a fabric by DuPont just when silk became in shortage before World War II. For whatever reason, China was the dominant supplier of silk to Europeans and to Americans to make silk stockings for women, and somehow Chinese supply came to a halt. And therefore, there was this need to innovate to substitute what was a natural ingredient to a man-made ingredient, make it in the factory or the laboratory. And it did a fantastic job. Produced significant amount of nylon stockings with great luster, maybe even a little better than what Mother Nature could produce through silk. And then the World War II came along, where nylon capacity was deployed to make military parachutes. In the meanwhile, DuPont went on and innovated next generation of technology, such as acetate and polyester, and everybody thought nylon is gone now. Nylon has no future. Well, nylon still continues to thrive. Once the war was over, you had to figure out new applications, and the new applications were primarily in furniture, furnishings, draperies. Then it went into wall-to-wall carpeting. It went into artificial turf for sports. I've even seen an artificial ski slope even made from nylon. And today, nylon is still doing very well, primarily for sutures in the operations and surgery, as well as, in fact, making nylon parts for human body, what otherwise would be from metal parts. In other words, there is no end to the life of nylon. It all requires managers' imagination, or out of sheer necessity, one has to innovate about new applications, new users, new markets, whatever one can do to continue the journey about a product. I remember the same thing, my own research, when I was at Columbia University in the late 60s. We had forecasted the demise of coffee.